Hi, I'm Susie Egan at Cottage Lake Gardens, and today we're on the Trillium Trail, actually at the end of the Trillium Trail, where we have the finale, the grand finale. This is where all the Trillium grandiflorum are blooming, and we have a ton of them in here. We have singles and doubles and pink forms, but let's talk about the singles to begin with. So the Trillium grandiflorum, the botanical name grandiflorum, is Latin for large flower, grand flower, florum. And that is actually the common name, the large flower trillium. It's the most popular of all trilliums. It's the one that's most widely known. And it's the provincial flower of Ontario and also the state wildflower of Ohio. And so it is very similar to our western native Trillium ovatum, but the main difference is that the flower petals are much wider and they overlap a bit. Do you see how they kind of overlap each other? And also they bloom, the Trillium grandiflorum blooms about 2 weeks after the ovatum does, but they have the same type of green leaves. So these are native to the eastern United States, as far north as Ontario or Quebec and Canada, and it comes all the way down to the southeastern United States and all the way west to Minnesota. So it has a huge geographic distribution. And it is a wonderful woodland plant. It's a spring ephemeral. It blooms in early spring. We're now right in the middle or end of April. And it usually blooms in the woods where they have deciduous trees. And so before the leaves unfurl, they get the sunlight coming into the understory of the woods and allows them to bloom, get pollinated, make seed. And then they go dormant and are protected by the time the hot summer sun comes and the deciduous trees are leafed out by them, protecting them from the sun. So they have double forms, which we'll talk about in a minute, and also a really beautiful pink form. So I wanted to show you here one of the forms, double forms of the Trillium grandiflorum, and this one's called Flora plena. And you can just see the beautiful different overlapping petals. So what's interesting about doubles is the fact that they have no reproductive structures. They're sterile. And they're very rare, or somewhat rare. Grandiflorums have more doubles than other species of trilliums. But I always say, and this is a non-scientific lay kind of person's explanation of what happened to them, but something in their DNA got haywired, and they just simply forgot to make reproductive structures. No ovary, no stigma, no stamens. They have no ability to reproduce. They just kept making leaves or petals, more and more petals, and they didn't know when to stop. So those are doubles. They're sterile. The only way you can reproduce these is to divide them, to vegetatively divide the rhizome, and then you can, and that takes time. So it's slow to reproduce them. And this double Trillium grandiflorum is a special one. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Called Rakeshaw's Double. And I got this from a Trillium friend, Glenn Pace. He gave me a division of his, and it's quite beautiful. There's so many different kinds of doubles, but this is one example. And here I want to show you a spectacular pink form of the Trillium grandiflorum. And this particular one is the prettiest one I have. And it's the Gothenburg pink strain. And I got this years ago from the Rare Bulbs Nursery in Latvia and paid a dear price for it, but it was well worth it. And there's also another pink right down over here. It's a lighter pink. They always are deeper pink when they first open, and then they lighten up a little bit after they open up. But we have several of them, and if you can see back here at the Gothenburg pink strain, she's made babies. So she's got babies all down here. So in time, we're going to have more to share. So but until they flower, we won't really know if they're indeed pink. And I wanted to show you too this book. This is Frederick and Roberta Case's book on trilliums, which is like the Bible on trilliums, and it features the pink trillium, and it's called Trillium grandiflorum forma roseum.